Hello and welcome, my name is BetaRho, and this is Introducing the Gods. Today we look at the Greek god of the sky, Zeus. Zeus is arguably the most well-known mythological figure included in SMITE, with likely millions of pages written on him and his family throughout the last few thousand years. Son of the Titan Kronos, the realms of the world were split between himself, Hades, and Poseidon. Once he assumed control of Mount Olympus, Zeus fathered generation after generation of new Greek gods. His lore as the god of thunder and the sky is certainly reflected by his abilities within the game. Zeus has been tagged as a ranged mage, and there's a distinct emphasis on the word ranged here, as will be evident with his abilities. Statistically, he falls in line with most other ranged mages, though he does have one of the highest mana regen rate gained per level in the game, at the time of producing this video. Zeus's passive is Overcharge, and make no mistake, it is the single most important element of the character. Every offensive action you take while playing Zeus should be done with his passive in mind. Zeus's auto attack, as well as his first and fourth abilities, apply a charge to enemies, indicated by the lightning ring around their waist. The charge stacks up to 3 times, and the importance of this stack will be seen with his third ability. His first ability is Chain Lightning, a ranged attack that inherently increases its range even farther. Once the attack hits an enemy, it will arc between the enemy and other enemies, depending on the level the ability is at. Its base amount of arcs is 1, and it adds 1 arc per level, ending at 5 arcs. The damage also increases with level, from a base of 70, increasing 30 by level, adding an additional 50% of your magical power. This ability is extremely strong when farming minions and pushing lanes throughout the game. Late game, during team fights, those 5 arcs, when used in an area with no enemy minions to sponge the damage, can be devastating. It has a 10-second cooldown. His second ability is Aegis Shield, which is his personal escape ability that comes with a number of other benefits. The heart of the ability is its increased movement speed, and the fact that it grants immunity to all slows. In addition, it grants a base of 25 magical and physical protection, increasing by 15 each level. It also reflects back 10% of any damage from an enemy's basic attack as magical damage, and applies a charge. All of this is especially effective in both retreats and engages, so don't be shy with casting it. It has a 15-second cooldown. Zeus's third ability is Detonate Charge, and it is one of the most purely satisfying abilities to cast in the game. This is where Zeus's passive pays off. Casting Detonate Charge causes damage to any enemy who has built a charge. It does a base damage of 60, increasing by 20 each level, adding 25% of your magical power. While that may not sound strong, remember, your passive can stack 3 times. One stack does that pure base damage. A second stack multiplies the damage by 2.5. And a third stack multiplies the damage 4 times, leading to an absolutely devastating amount of damage. It has a 10-second cooldown. His ultimate is Lightning Storm, an attack with a large area of effect that hits all enemies within the bounds each second for 5 seconds. Because the area of the ability is nearly inescapable, either in the jungle or in the middle of a lane, it is very effective against over-aggressive enemies. It does a base of 100 damage, increasing 20 each level, and adds 70% of your magical power. It also applies a charge. And remember, this is for each second the enemy is in the area. It has a 90-second cooldown. My average Zeus build focuses on early sustainability, with a mid to late game damage increase. Nearly all of my Zeus builds start with Boots of the Magi and Warlock Sash. I usually purchase level 1 of both off the start, and level both of them up before moving on. Then, I build a Gem of Isolation, an item that works extremely well with Zeus's multiple hitting abilities. By now, enemies have probably bought some sort of magical protection to attempt to weaken Zeus. Because of that, my next purchase is Obsidian Shard, a devastating combination of magical power and penetration. My last 2 items are usually the Polynomicon and Voidstone. The Polynomicon is especially strong with Zeus given its passive ability. Because you should be casting basic attacks whenever your abilities are on cooldown, the Polynomicon's passive ability is powerful. The Voidstone provides extra power and more penetration, with protection from enemy mages. In the end, Zeus may not be one of the easiest mages for new players. Ra provides a simpler point-and-click ability set, Anubis' strength is immediate in nature, and so on. However, When played correctly, Zeus is incredibly strong in teamfights, fantastic in the lanes, and can be surprisingly sustainable in many situations. With some strategy and teamwork, the God of Thunder can strike down the best of them. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe for a new Smite guide every Monday, as well as additional gameplay throughout the week. Feel free to leave any feedback on the series in the comments, as well as suggestions for gods you want to see sooner rather than later. Also, feel free to click through to the Pantheons to see past episodes of Introducing the Gods, as well as other gameplay and commentary. Thanks for watching.